Hello and welcome to my channel. This is part 2 of my fairy tale journal collection as a design team project for Jaizella Clark at Lavish Laces. I have used a number of layers of different types of laces here. Some of them are hers, some are cheesecloth. This is some of her antique lace. And I've got some charms, some sweet little charms, and then these little posies or flowers. I have hand stitched on the toppers, and this piece of antique applique here, I want you to know that I know it's upside down, but I wanted it that way because of the design of the arch, and I know the antennas should go the other way around. Of course, I could have not said anything about it at all, which is here or there, but it's so sweet. I just had to use it. These are vintage crystal buttons from the Czech Republic. I have used my Dupioni silk in the pink, pale pink, for this particular journal. And let's go inside. I didn't use a tie or a closure method for these. I will include ties, and if you would like to have them added before I send these ones out, you just let me know if you happen to be purchasing this. Got some beautiful lace on the inside from Jaizella Clark. Digitals are used, that I used in this series is the Fairytales by Debrina Pratt. So pretty. Vintage postcard and an envelope that I have made using an image of toadstools and a lace applique. So it's ready to tuck anything inside that you would like. One signature. I think there might be 25 pages, so they are very full, each of them. The gold metallic lace edging. What I used was some watercolor paints to do the splattering of magic fairy dust on each digital page that you see. Added some extra pieces here. We've got some Edith Holden book page that I've added to this little pocket. This particular set is the snippet collection of Fairytales by Debrina Pratt. And then just some extra pieces that can be used to make your own ephemera if you would like. A sweet little tag that has an image. I believe these are from Mrs. Cog's Craft. Lace from Jaizella at Lavish Laces, and I've threaded some vintage velvet through there. French book page and crinkled seam binding with some pink vintage pearl buttons on the top. A piece of ephemera that came from Georgianne. Gorgeous antique lace on this side of the little flap. This is from Lavish Laces. And also these gorgeous flowers. How beautiful are they? I just love using them. So pretty. A Fairytales digital image that I've used and layered up. And it says Magical Moments. It's got a sweet little charm on it and this dotted silk sari tie for the topper. Gold vellum paper, sweet little fairy girl. And then I've added a few different laces. This one is vintage insert eyelet cotton that I have added the blue vintage ribbon to. Here is one of my beaded cards. I've added the lace at the top and then just sewn on the beads. Actually, I'm not going to take it off this time. They are heavy, so that's why I added 2 paper clips to keep them on the page edges. Isn't that just so sweet? With the butterflies. So pretty. Vintage book page. This is Cinderella, and then a vellum sticker on the side. a page out of the book of Fairies. This side of the page has beautiful blue vintage lace, and then this cream colored scalloped lace from Lavish Laces. Love this soft, soft blue, bluey, almost green colored images. What I did was tea dye all of the digital pages first before I did the gold splattering on them. Some of Jaizella's pretty applique trim, some Chantilly eyelash trim lace, vintage French book page, the crinkled seam binding, and the vintage buttons in the pink again. On this side of the topper, vintage music paper with a sweet little fairy sticker. This is some of Jaizella's crocheted cotton edge trim. You can use that as a tuck spot for whatever you would like. Pocket page from Vintage Wallpaper, and I've just got a few tags that I have included for extra journaling space. The Flower Fairies series of images, and the velvet is also from Jaizella Clark at Lavish Laces. Pink parchment paper on this side of the page. And these sweet little girls, there were 3 of them that I couldn't bear to cut up. So what I did was just folded the paper over. And being a mom of 3 little daughters, this is just so near and dear to my heart. I think it's so sweet. This lace from Lavish Laces is so delicate. It's absolutely beautiful. And I've included 2 pieces of very old ephemera. I'm going to say they're vintage for sure. The lettering on here is raised, and this actually has some thread running through it, but I thought the little girls all looked like they could be related, so I've included them on that side of the page. And this sheet helps to protect the vintage ephemera. Gorgeous metallic lace in silver on this side of the page. A sweet little image of a toadstool on gold paper. Some of Jaizella's silver rickrack trim, and a sweet little journaling card. Ugh. Gorgeous color of French blue antique or vintage lace from Lavish Laces on this side of the page. I've got a sweet little tag that I have created using one of the images, and beautiful embossed paper for the tag base. And then some dotted tulle netting for the topper. Blue parchment paper, and I've added one of the beaded tags with these gorgeous beads. Some of them are vintage, some of them are new or modern. And then I've got these 2 what do you call them, washi tape rolls that I haven't used yet, but I think I'm going to put them on the back side of each of these tags that have swans on them or bows, because they're just so sweet. Fairytales book page, sweet little vellum sticker, and then I've got this gorgeous antique lace with some metallic rose gold ribbon or trim laced through the insert portion of the lace. A bookmark and a tall tag can be used for extra journaling space. Gorgeous images. The Book of Fairies is the center page, and it's got this lovely swans on it. And then the threads in the center of the signature have beautiful, beautiful beads and some charms. This is a wooden charm of a fairy, and then a gorgeous honeysuckle flower dangle at the bottom. So pretty. Gorgeous antique lace. And here's your swans. So, so pretty. Another tag that has lace on it from Jaizella at Lavish Laces that I tea dyed. This was white. I tea dye a lot, especially if laces are white. I just like to have that antique and or vintage look to them. Some pretty little bead dangles on the side. Book page with a little sticker, blue parchment paper. And then this side of the page has several laces. This grayish blue, beautiful lace on the side with eyelet cotton. And it's got the insert holes for it. Another piece of very light blue, delicate lace through that part of it. A sweet little journaling card with a fairy on it, and I've added some silk chiffon ribbon in that purple with a little bit of metallic. Not too sparkly, not too glitzy. I think that this is a theme that can be used by most everyone for pretty much any kind of journal that you would like it to be. Gorgeous image from the flower fairies. And large silver rickrack trim from Lavish Laces. Some more of her beautiful antique and vintage laces on this side and this one as well. And then the pink scalloped edge cotton lace, so pretty. Pink parchment paper, some more pink eyelet cotton lace on this side. And then I have added a pocket made out of a hanky that I have adhered to that side of the page. A sweet little bunny image with a tiny tag and an envelope charm. And then at the top, I've added this silk chiffon ribbon to the top of the tag. The next page, I have added some pretty dotted chiffon. So, so sweet. And then this tag that is butterflies, embossed butterflies, and then one of the images from the snippet kit from the Fairytales. Vintage music paper. Another tag that has gorgeous lace from Lavish Laces on it, as well as some sari silk, and can be journaled on the back, of course. Gorgeous blue trim. All these laces are from Lavish Laces. This blue one here, and then this whitish gray lace. I just love the layering effect. And the images from the Flower Fairy book. And book page with a vellum sticker on it. Here is the blue cotton scalloped lace, and another sweet little half page that I've made into a booklet that you can tuck little extras into, and then added some antique lace onto the paper clip at the side of the page. And then this tag has the toadstool images on it. Some gold vellum paper, another Fairytales tag that I've made from Debrina Pratt's Pixie Dust Files digitals. So, so sweet. Gathered lace. And then this little flap has a sticker and some Edith Holden book page and gorgeous applique lace from Lavish Laces. And then one more tag featuring some more of her lace and beautiful crinkled seam binding with vintage pearl buttons. On the last page, I've just added some pink parchment paper, some Edith Holden book page, and gorgeous light pink scalloped lace from Lavish Laces. And then on the last pocket, I've added another one of these beautiful embellished journaling tags, and you can of course write on the back if you would like. German glitter glass on the edges, so, so beautiful. And this journal is also available if you're at all interested. Just send me a message. And I didn't include closure ties on them, but I certainly can send them along or add them if that's something you would like. If you would prefer to use them, that's totally fine. So this is Fairy Tales in pink. And again, the sister is in blue. If there are either one of these that you're interested in, just get in touch with me and let me know. I hope you have enjoyed watching these videos and you like what you see. You're inspired to create a fairy journal of your own. I am thankful that you took time out of your day to watch this video. Thank you so much and have a great July. Bye for now.